In this lecture, we are going to discuss about storytelling, another important competency or skill set if you really want to showcase yourself as a leader. Yes, it's very important whenever you are sharing your thoughts, whenever you are speaking about something, representing everything in a story. Because whenever you are crafting a story, you are talking everything in a very structured, in a very storytelling mode, people will listen to you normally, because obviously everyone loves to listen to stories, and things would be much clear to them, things would be easy to understand, and obviously they will be more engaged in that story. A similar example, whenever you want to express any kind of important thoughts and ideas, you will see a lot of movies out there, Hollywood, local regional language movies, and the language is very very effective. Everyone would love to watch it, and very easy to understand. Similarly, obviously before, even before the filmmaking, different important or famous novels, stories always there, which actually help to express different types of thoughts, which was phenomenal to change the thought process of human civilization up to a certain extent, because the storytelling approach was there, and people was ready to listen to that, can connect, can understand, and can relate. Because only making points, if you are talking about something only with bullet points, only with a couple of important thought process, only with a structured approach, people will listen to you, people will obviously give you importance than others, but it's very important that you should also help them to understand it. They cannot connect with it, they cannot relate with it until and unless it's very easy to understand. And storytelling is the only way of doing it. Yes, there are different methodologies of storytelling, that obviously a separate skill set altogether, and it requires a lot of practice, a lot of different types of scenarios as well. But if we talk about the basics of a story, story must have a theme, a very structured approach where a problem would be there, a hero or a protagonist would be there who will try to solve the problem. There can be some villain or some anti-hero who is going to create the problem, and also there are people who are helping the hero. There are people who are not helping the anti-hero. But on a whole, three things are very important. One is the scenario, the situation, the overall theme. Second one, the problem. And the third one is the problem and the solution. And the third one is the hero, the protagonist. So whenever you are trying to connect all these components in your conversation, that will become a story. Not important that your hero is going to be a human being. It can be a country, it can be some fantasized idea, it can be some new thought process. But on the other hand, the overall component must be present in your story. I'll give an example. Like whenever Martin Luther King was actually struggling against the apartheid in United States, obviously the theme was the apartheid movement. The overall problem is the oppression, the kind of problem they're facing from the country itself. And the hero is not really only the Martin Luther King, maybe one of them, but not only the person, whoever is suffering, whoever is actually trying to get out of this situation is a kind of hero and protagonist of that particular story. So it's the difference between a leader and a non-leader person. Non-leader person also will speak about the problem, will speak about the situation, will speak about how to get out of it. But on the other hand, creating an overall story, a very structured, a very integrated, theme oriented communication is only can happen by the storytelling, which can be done only by a true leader. So obviously, if you really want to showcase your idea and want everyone to connect with you, you must talk and express your idea in a storytelling approach. You will see in modern day advertisement also, music videos also, they usually try to tell it in a storytelling manner. If they only talk about their product, I want to sell uh, soft drinks, I want to sell cars, I want to sell housing complexes, I want to sell mobile phones. Obviously, no one is going to listen to them without up attention. But whenever you are trying to create a story around it, people will listen to it very easily. There are multiple advertisements which has been loved by the audiences all across the world because of the storytelling approach. A similar example, in a very famous advertisement of Guinness, where you will watch that all the people in wheelchair is actually playing basketball. But the twist comes at the end of the game. You will see that everyone else was a normal human being. One person among them was physically disabled. And to help, and not the person should not feel separate from others, they were all were playing the basketball in a wheelchair. Automatically, this kind of story will attract your attention. And you will always remember the brand name. You will always remember the kind of theme that is going to be showcased in that particular advertisement. So storytelling is very important whenever you are even selling a very basic, a very normal and non-connected product as well in a very different storytelling manner. People will listen to it, people will connect to it, and automatically your thoughts, your ideas would be accepted. And if you're talking about a sell, the sale also would be boosted. So therefore, we must understand that whenever we are trying to talk, we are trying to sell our ideas, trying to sell our thoughts, trying to convince someone, we really should do it in a storytelling manner. That's one of the important criteria and competency of a leader. That's how a leader makes a difference. Obviously, if you talk about the overall storytelling approach, how to create a proper story, there is a separate discussion of it. But as we have already mentioned, if we follow and include some basic components, storytelling approach can be adopted. And obviously, whenever you adopt that storytelling approach, your success ratio would be higher, your acceptance would be higher, and your leadership result orientation would be much better in your day to day practical, personal, and professional life as well. Thank you.